Hi peeps, this is Tersse back in old squat box once again, and I'm continuing my theme of meditation and why I believe that it shouldn't be a religion, whereby it actually is a religion. It's based in Buddhist practices and other Eastern religions. Even though some of these religions don't believe in like one God, they do believe in like the Godhead. They do believe that there is some unique way that through meditation an individual like you or me can somehow connect to a super understanding of the universe and understand that we are just a fraction of, a pixel within a fractal, which is the universe. Some of these Buddhists actually believe that we are all just a part, the whole universe is, say, Buddha. I'm not saying this, this is just my, rhetorical sort of analogy, right? And each individual consciousness, that is, you and me, we are all just a pixel in the fractal that is the Godhead, and eventually when the universe becomes one again, Buddha will become a real thing, that sort of thing. Okay, I might be paraphrasing and speaking bullshit, right, but that's what I do best, right? So just stick here with me for a moment, right? I will put in the underbar a link to a 1 hour video of someone who says, someone who is Advaita today, Western Masters of Non-Duality. And basically what he's saying is that yes, we need to understand that we need to free ourselves from the physical world and become part of the whole, which is the universe and everything, which is basically just like saying there's only one God, and that God is the super insubstantial being that we are all just dreams of. And when all the dreaming stops, we will become the whole. You know what I mean? That's basically what a lot of these mystical Eastern people think. But basically, it's all the bullshit. You know what I mean? All that crap about through meditation and understanding yourself, you can understand others. Well, there's a little bit of truth to that. I mean, if I'm brought up in a family and I understand myself through what I was brought up by, and told by my parents and my grandparents and my society, then my brothers and sisters should surely have grown up believing very similar things, which is true. That's absolutely true, except that sometimes within families, some people become conservatives and some people become, liberals or socialists or, communists, who the fuck knows. But, we're all brought up in the same household. If you've got 13 of a family, I guarantee you not all 13 children believe exactly the same thing. If you put them into 13 different rooms and ask them, 100 questions, the same 100 questions to each of them, you would not get 100 similar answers, because that's just the way the world is. Now, people who actually profess that meditation is a way of us seeing the truth, the clarity of the universe, are talking bullshit. Just like people who say if everybody reads the Bible, we will all be Christians. That's not true either. I read the Bible and I'm a fucking atheist, right? And some Muslims, they read the Bible and they become Christian. Some Christians, they read the Quran and they become Muslim. So it doesn't go that if you just let people read everything and understand that the whole knowledge of the universe, that we all become the same. That's bullshit, because we are all emotional beings. We're not just governed by the words that are written in a book. We're not all just governed by the words that are spoken to our ears. We're not all governed by, the education system that we went through. Some of us go through an education system and come out the other end, you know, thinking one thing, and some of us come out thinking another. But we were all taught from the same books. Most of us were taught, at least, you know, 30 at a time by the same teacher. But we all come out thinking different things at the end of it. Why? Because we all have a brain which isn't connected to the whole. It's sealed inside this brain skull holding cap, helmet you might call it, you know, this bone fucking structure, you know, and we're separated from everybody else because we don't communicate through fucking osmosis or through telekinesis or, you know, tele whatever it fucking is, you know what I mean. We don't read minds, basically, you know what I mean. We are individuals. We are all individuals, always have been, always will be, you know what I mean. But these people seem to think that if you meditate, the dream world that you go into through your meditation will be the same dream world that the guy next to you goes into, which is not true either. That is not true, it never has been true, and it never will be true. But what you can do if you use meditation is you can help yourself through your problems. But you cannot help someone else. They have to experience that meditative state where they find the same solution as you. They will not always find the same solution as you. In fact, some people will come out of their meditative state and say, you're wrong. Just like you know, any Catholic fucking priest will tell you, not all other Catholic priests believe what I believe, you know what I mean. You ask any pope, you know what I mean. Well, some popes, especially the one that's in the papacy today, he doesn't believe what the last pope believed, and he doesn't believe what the last pope believed. But you would think if they were the, you know, the advocates of God on earth, all popes would think the same because God speaks to them and tells them what to think. But unfortunately that's not the way it is. Therefore, God can't possibly exist. Because if God did exist, all popes would think the same. But we can look through history and see that all popes don't think the same. So if they are actually the arbiters of connection between earth and God for the Catholics, then what went wrong? What went wrong between God telling one pope one thing and then the next pope get told a different thing? I mean, how does that happen if God's talking to these people, you know what I mean? It's just like meditation. We don't all get the same message. But the message you get when you meditate is going to be pertinent to you, not to the whole world. So don't tell the whole world that you've found the discovery, you've discovered the fucking answer to life, truth and everything, because that's not true. All you're looking for through meditation, which I've tried to express in my last two videos, is a solution to your emotional problems, to your problems of how to deal with reality, to deal with life. That's all meditation can do. It can help you deal with life. But you've also got to not meditate forever. You can't sit in a cave and meditate fucking 24/7. We don't live in that world today, you know what I mean? Well, there's still some people living in caves, I'm sure, you know. But we also have to, you know, manoeuvre and you know, live in the real world. So I'm not saying that the real world is going to be, you know, perfected by you meditating. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying you're going to be perfected by meditating. What I'm saying is that meditation can be a bonus to you. It can help you deal with reality. It can't change reality. It can't make reality a better place, but it can help you to deal with reality. That's what I'm saying about meditation, you know. It's not a fucking silver bullet to solving the problems of the world. It just isn't, and it never will be. There is no silver bullet to solving the problems of the world, because if you get 8 billion people in the world, you'll get 8 billion separate brains all thinking, this is what I want from me, it would make my life better. But that doesn't help the guy down the road who thinks different from you, because he wants something different. And you can't have one solution to everything. What we're trying to do in the world is we're trying to, well, supposedly through democracy, before democracy was captured by the fucking 1% and became an oligarchy, because that's what's happening in the Western world. We are ruled by the corporations, we're not even ruled by the fucking government anymore. the government is a piece of shit. It's been bought and sold and bought and sold for the last fucking 100 years, and now even the politicians don't know what to fucking do about shit, because they've no idea how to, please you and please the corporations. But they've made a decision. Let's face it, they have made a decision. They're going to please the corporations, because those are the fuckers who make them millionaires, which means that they don't have to worry about the restrictions of finance. You know what I mean? Which is what almost every person in the world has to deal with. How do I pay for food? How do I pay for school? How do I buy clothes? How do I buy a car? How do I furnish my house? How do I replace my broken washing machine? That's the things that ordinary people go through every fucking day. Now, I'm not saying that meditation will help you to fucking solve that problem, but those problems cause emotional problems within us. And what I'm saying is, meditation can help you to deal with the emotional problems you're going through in your life, and then free up some time for you to deal with the physical problems you have in your life. You know what I mean? But it's not going to solve our political problems. It's not going to solve the problem that 1% of the fucking populace of the Western nations have more money than they can ever spend in their lifetime, and they're not willing to give some of that to you, your school or your hospital, to make sure that the people working in their factories are healthy, don't worry about shit, don't worry about their kids' education. No, they're quite happy to leave you worrying about all that shit, because they're off on a yacht somewhere around the fucking Mediterranean, or I don't know, they're visiting some dignitary in some fucking country or other and being wined and dined and offered some pussy for free. You know what I mean? They're happy with that because that's their life. You know what I mean? And they don't even think about your life. They don't think about the poor. They couldn't give a shit about some kid who's got rickets because he didn't eat enough when he was fucking between the ages of fucking 3 and 7. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because they're only caring about their life, and they don't need to meditate, because the things that they worry about is, am I going to get caught for going with that whore? My wife's going to find out, and I'm going to be fucking sued and divorced. You know what I mean? And my kids are going to find out about it. They don't. That's their worry. You know what I mean? Personally, I'd love to have their problems, because I wouldn't be such a fucking cunt in the first place and wouldn't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? But that's the world in a nutshell. Or a terse video, Anyway, I'll put in my underbar a link to the video that I was just showing you, and I hope you can understand what I'm saying. People who talk about transcendental meditation as a religion, as if it's going to link you to the universe and make everything perfect, it's a load of bullshit. It's just never going to happen. Just like God is never going to come down and lift all the Christians up into heaven. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. They might blow the fucking world up because they want it to happen, but then if they blow the world up, all they've done is kill millions of people. They haven't got anybody to heaven. They've just killed millions of people for their stupid religious fucking ideology. That's all that's going to happen. That's the simple fucking truth of it. So on your fucking van, motherfuckers.